got me the book, and I thought, oh yeah, book about science, and I know about feminism, and I got sucked in. I got genuinely sucked in. So this is my summary of what I read. In the age of Trump, in the age of everyone watching the Handmaid's Tale drama, in the age of the DUP and their interesting views on abortion and such, potentially being in government, it can be hard to know where to start, and it feels like Inferior is coming up at just the right time. It seems to know how to direct the genuine sense of unease that I think so many of us feel. This book is a brilliant place to start because it's about facts, taking them one at a time. And as Angela says in the book, in some branches of science, such as evolutionary psychology, theories may be little more than scraps of unreliable evidence strung into a narrative, and it was great to have a book which tells a story that's based on fact and not just trying to tell a sexy story. Some of the highlights for me was the whole section about how science has been used to feed female fetal sex selection and abortion in countries like India. You went to meet the woman who's bringing that case 10 years after her daughter was born. She's still trying to bring a case about the way her husband found out their sex and wanted to pressure her into an abortion. Angela was unafraid to challenge controversial research around autism by Simon Baron-Cohen about alleged female empathy versus the male analytical brain. Page 105, interviewing scientists direct about the data collection for wild claims around women being better at multitasking.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
And I like that the book really looked at the pressure to publish and the pressure to magnify small samples to give, as Angela put it, sexy results. Particularly brilliant, there was a section around parenting and the history of it in human society, really challenging a lot of lazy assumptions about sexuality, the myth of the naturally polygamous male, which is brought up so often in lazy journalism, how mainstream media and irresponsible scientists have fed it. I loved all the detailed research about primates and what they do with their poo. It's just fantastic. This wonderful picking apart of underlying assumptions of, well, here's another quote. Picking apart the underlying assumptions of male sexual jealousy, the fear of being cuckolded, and such vicious, such vicious mate guarding suggests that females aren't naturally chaste or passive at all. If they were, then why would their partners go to such extraordinary lengths to stop them getting anywhere near other males? So I love that sense of going all the way back to Victorian thinking about what was suitable for women. And I found myself thinking of that book, Frances Harding's Lie Tree, which is a work of fiction, but set in a world of a girl growing up with a scientist father. And I thought it would be wonderful for girls to be reading that book as fiction and then to be picking up a book like Inferior and realising how all that could coexist, this insistence on seeing women as inferior. I like the way you look back to 1973 and some of the feminist scholarship coming out there about female sexuality. And Angela's book reminded me particularly the impact of reading Susan Felidi's Backlash, which was published, I think, 25 years ago. As a journalist and broadcaster herself, Felidi unpicked the dangerous loop of distortion as careless media outlets repeated and reinforced dodgy scientific claims. In Backlash, Felidi picked apart the nonsense claim that a single female graduate in her 30s in America was more likely to be killed in a terrorist attack than find a husband. And Angela, like Felidi, has gone back to source materials to find the original claims and check their reliability. Every piece of research is sourced in the footnotes. I'm a great fan of good footnotes. Crucially, this is an optimistic book. By seeking out scientists like Gina Rippon, who are challenging the dodgy research, she gives us a narrative that provides understanding of how things are bad, but also how things are being made better by individuals one at a time. It couldn't be more timely. Reading it, I felt angry, amused, enlightened, and galvanized. Congratulations.